Welcome, welcome, welcome. Give you a little something different with this video. So I am a commissioner of a fantasy football team fantasy football league that I've been kind of commissioning for 12, maybe 15 years. I had to go back and look at it, but I know we normally bring you wrestling content here, but a little bit of sports. We're into the football season, so we figured that since I had this draft coming up, I figured I'd record it and kind of let you guys see what it's all about. So this fantasy league consists of my fraternity brothers, both on the graduate and undergraduate level. So we use Yahoo as the I guess website that we use the fantasy draft from. So and we've been with them for years. So I'm going to share my screen here in a second. The draft room is open. If anybody familiar with how fantasy drafts work, the first 30 minutes it kind of shows you the draft order. We're about 3 minutes into that now, so I know where I'm picking, and I'll share my screen here in a second. But this league, we have a money prize at the end, a money prize, excuse me, for the winner at the end of the season. Also, we have a championship belt that the winner will also win. So, and that looks like here we purchase a belt, a new belt every year. It's something that the league wanted to do. Now, even though I've been a commissioner for years, I've yet to win this league, and so that is my goal this year is to finally win this thing um, as commissioner. But we have again going on been doing this for years, so I'm going to share my screen. Actually, there's a little video that's playing on there now that's kind of telling me, giving me some advice on what I should do with that pick. I'm gonna play it now, and then I'm going to share. So it's talking about me having the 12th pick, what I could pick and who I can pick and who I should target. Okay, so he kinda spoiled it away. I do have the 12th pick. My team name, if you can see, is the Dark Disciples of Q. Kinda play off my line name for those that are not familiar. That may not know, I am a member of Omega Psi Phi fraternity, pledged at the University of Memphis in Memphis, Tennessee. So a lot of these, and there's the reason why some of you that are familiar with our videos, I normally go live. I didn't go live this time. I'm recording it and I'm going to post it later because some of the guys from the podcast is also in this league. I did not want them to see kind of who I had in my queue, who I was targeting. I didn't want to give them any type of advantage. So with the 12th pick, this is a snake draft. So I'll get the last pick in the first round, but get the first pick in the second round. And it kind of goes back and forth like that. This is showing by default, it shows all the players and what Yahoo ranks as the best players. Jamar Chase being ranked number 1 through Yahoo, Bijan Robinson, Saquon Barkley, etc. So they had me targeting Derrick Henry and then Drake London as a receiver. So if you look over here to the side, our fantasy league consists of a quarterback, a 3 wide receivers, 1 running back, 1 tight end, and a flex. Yeah, okay, we're down. Okay, the draft is open. The sound is so the Skeletor Sinful Son has the number 1 pick, and he has 50 seconds here to pick that pick, but make that pick. But so we have a team defense, we have a flex. That's what this WRT says. We have a kicker, of course, team defense, and then of course we got bench players. So it looks like Jamar Chase is no, actually, yeah, Jamar Chase is off the board. So it's B. John Robinson. So they kind of go in order now. Now, where I'm at, I'm not going to target. Now, in the past, I would always get like an elite quarterback, and I would always get tons of points from the quarterback, but then nothing from my other skill position, my running backs and receivers. So because of where I'm picking it, I'm going to wait until later, maybe around the 5th or 6th round to pick a quarterback. Because unless like Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, or um, Josh Allen falls to me, even Jalen Hurts, then that's not worth it. So I might stick with the order that they recommend right now. Is and in the past, my guys are pretty swift on their draft picks. So I'm expecting this draft not to last longer than maybe an hour. But I'm going to record if I have to do some editing and some cutting out. That's the cool thing about doing this, and then being able to post it as opposed to just going live directly from um, the video. So I'm going to just to keep me honest, I'm gonna put Derrick Henry in my queue. That's what this at the top is, along with Drake London. And that's who they recommended. But now, somebody like Nico Collins, if he drops to me, I will pick him up in the second as opposed to Drake London. But I want to target running backs and receivers, at least in the first 4 rounds. That's kind of my strategy. And then start targeting a quarterback, then maybe a tight end. Um, oh, see, somebody jumped and took Derrick Henry. See, and the crazy thing about it, dog is a Redskins fan. Well, I'm sorry, Commanders fan. So I thought maybe a Titans fan would pick up Derrick Henry, but see this type of stuff. Like, even though I had him in the queue, thinking I'll be able to snatch him up. Somebody drafted Derrick Henry before me, so and that's more Ashton. He's actually a Commanders fan, so surprised he took Derrick Henry. But okay, well, hey, that's what drafts is about. You have somebody you're targeting, and all of a sudden, boom, they somebody else grabs them. So Christian McCaffrey I had last year because he was injured a lot last year, so he didn't really help me much. But my pick is coming up. Looks like my turn is next. Who's on the clock now? Um, that's my boy Lester. Lester's a Patriots fan, and usually though that happens toward the back end of the draft. You start picking some of the players from your own team. I am representing the Cowboys, and right now, the Cowboys are, in my opinion, we're going through scrambles right now. Shambles, excuse me, right now. So we have an option of Malik Neighbors, who I do like, even though he's kind of questionable right now. Do I go 2 wide receivers or do I go? Ashton Jennings is gonna get a lot of carries. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick Malik Neighbors number one. I got the next pick, Ashton Gentry, the Raiders. He's a rookie. He's a running back. He's gonna get a lot of carries. So those are my first two picks: Malik Neighbors, Ashton Gentry. So not too far off of what they recommended. But like I said, Drake London is still in my queue. Now, one thing about having the snake draft, it goes all the way back up to the top, and then back from then that no one picks again all the way back down. So it's gonna be like 22 picks in between the next time I get to make a pick. So I'm going to put some things in my queue to kind of watch and target as we wait. Josh Jacobs from Green Bay, another run back. Okay, as I do that, somebody's already drafted Drake London. So yeah, I see a couple people that have that not physically at the draft right now. They have the auto draft on. So like 592 dog days. That's what that little symbol means. They got the auto draft. Same with HB in the house. So when you have the auto draft on, Yahoo's gonna pick the best player that's available at that time and for you. And as I say, Josh Jacobs is off the board too. So actually, as we doing this, there's a college football game on in the background. I muted it so the sound wouldn't overtake what I'm saying. But Notre Dame and Miami are playing in the background. Speaking of backgrounds, let me see if I can play just so we're not in silence the whole time. I'm gonna have to play something in the background. I'll lower the volume just a little bit, and let's try this out. Yeah, I think that's the one we've used in the past on the show. Let's see. Okay, we had Josh Allen's off the board, so one quarterback's already gone. I got my roster. Let's see. Let's targets a little better. Let's see what running backs are available now. Oh, look, Alvin Kamara. I was actually I've had him in the past. He's always done well for me. It looks like someone just did someone just pick him up? 'Cause as I was changing the screen, Jaden Daniels will be a quarterback I would definitely look for later on if no one drafts him before that. Let's see. Even though Mike Evans is getting up there in age, he's always done well for me when I've had him in the past. And he still got Baker Mayfield throwing him the ball, so he has a decent quarterback getting him the ball. Now I mentioned me being a Cowboys fan. George Pickens is my sleeper pick. I don't think anybody will pick him up. See, here's the thing. One thing about my league. A lot of people hate on the Cowboys and hate on their players, so they won't draft a lot of them. But with CeeDee Lamb being on the other side of the field, George Pickens is going to get a lot of carries, a lot of one-on-one coverage of people doubling CeeDee Lamb. At least I think that's what's going to happen. So he's one I would definitely target maybe in the next couple of rounds. Let's see what James Cook is going to be doing. I like Kenneth Walker the third as well. Oh, there's Alvin Kamara. He's still there. Over here, you can see the people that are being drafted and coming off the board. Oh, now I picked up a tight end already. Huh? So they're saying I should target Terry McLaughlin, which is actually I actually like that. Marvin Harrison Jr. You know what? So I don't lose track of that. Let me do that. Let me move them up. I'm actually recording this on August 31st. For my wrestling fans out there, Clash in Paris ended a few hours ago. I think it ended right at 5, so maybe a couple hours ago. I guess the biggest thing out of that with what happened at the beginning of the show with Roman Reigns beating Bronson Reed and then getting attacked by Braun Breaker, and they put the beat down on Roman. I mean, they tsunami'd him a few times. Well, more than a few times, if I remember correctly. I lost count. But I kind of feel like Roman's going to be out for a while with that, the way they beat him down. So we probably won't see Roman again until Royal Rumble at the earliest, probably. But and then so that happened, and what happened at the end of the show with that happening, Adam Pearce kicked Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed out of the arena, which means Seth was alone for his title match at the end of the show. There was a lot of speculation on the internet. But, well, we know what's there to help Seth. Will the Vision get a fourth member? And I don't know if we officially call her a fourth member, but Becky Lynch interfered in that match. I think was able to attack CM Punk when he wasn't looking, kind of gave him a low blow, allowed Seth Rollins to win the match. So is Becky Lynch now part of the Vision and their faction? But we'll see on Monday Night Raw. So my draft pick is up, and see all the people that they initially recommended. Say James Cook is gone. Mike Evans is still there. I mentioned him before, and Marvin Harrison Jr. is still available, I believe. Yeah. So I'm gonna draft him. I do want him back though before they before we take their before they take all of them. Or do I go Jalen Hurts? Because if they do the tush push, that will give me the ooh, what round is this? Am I going too early on the quarterback? They say that's the best player available right now. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do that because I'm envisioning getting those tush push with those tush push touchdowns. Um, because this league, fantasy league is about touchdowns, getting those points. So yeah, kind of went against my strategy right then. But as I'm looking, I go back to the quarterbacks. Yeah, outside of Patrick Mahomes, all the big names that we know can put up numbers are gone, and those are Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes still there. He's the only one for Lamar Jackson, and they put Jalen Hurts up there. Now I believe, yeah, because I think Jaden Daniels is gone too. He was the other one that I was looking for in the later round. Yeah, I think he is. I have to scroll up over here to see if someone's picked him already. Yeah. So the same guy that, they picked that stole Derrick Henry from me also took Jaden Daniels. And Grant, I told you he's a Commanders fan, so I'd imagine him picking him. So all right, so we got our starting quarterback out the way. Let's go filter this back down to our best players here. Kenneth Walker is still on the board. So look, 4 out of 18 picks. This is the first time I've done I guess, pre-recording. I'll go back and play it. If I feel like it's too long or if I can cut some things out, I will just to shorten the video up. Mm, Travion Henderson, I'm looking at too. He's a rookie, but that's the running back from Ohio State. I remember him in the playoff games against Tennessee. Kind of ran all over the balls, and he's getting a lot of the carries in training camp and preseason for the New England Patriots. So who was that? Someone else. So yeah, okay. So it looks like Matt took Kenneth Walker third. So yeah, he has the auto draft on. So yeah, Yahoo picked it for him. But Zay Flowers is another receiver I'm definitely targeting. One thing I like to do now that I got my quarterback, another thing I like to do sometimes is get a receiver that's on the same team with my quarterback, so that you have that connection. So that's where Devontae Smith will come into play because it looks like AJ Brown is already off the board. You can get those passing yards and touchdown combinations for both of them. All right, Patrick Mahomes just went off the board. So Yahoo recommends, because I'll fall in here, the Cortland Sutton, DJ Moore. I had Romeo Aduzier, the other receiver for Chicago last year, but man, Caleb Williams could never get him the ball. So Hopefully, Caleb looks a little better this year and more confidence. He has a new head coach, a new, I guess, offensive head coach. So the receivers may put up better numbers. Let's see what just in case Calvin really run up. So that Q say he's questionable right now. What's going on with him? I'm missing the game. Okay. Okay, moved from Jacksonville to Tennessee in 2024. His touches dipped. Now 30 hasn't free suspension form. And I'm not sure about a Titans receiver with a rookie quarterback. Even though they say Cam Ward is going to be great, I just don't. His practice trying to do the general soreness, but it doesn't sound okay. Well, he's just sore. He's not injured. So if I do draft him, I expect him to play. So, and that being said, Devontae Smith is off the board, along with my rookie. I was actually looking at Travion Henderson. Let's see. Malik Neighbors, Marvin Harrison Jr. One more starting receiver I'll need to pick up. And if I can get a receiver, then I may go running back with the next pick. Mm-mm-mm. So I see somebody says about getting two receivers at the same bye week. So that's nothing you got to keep in mind too. When players have a bye, you need to have someone to back them up on the week that they're going to be out. So keep that in mind when it comes to picking the same positions. You don't want to pick a running back that's going to have the same bye week. Two running backs that have the same bye week, or you have to pull somebody off of the waiver wire that week that they're not playing. Zay Flowers is still there, and I got 4 picks ahead of me. Hopefully, he'll fall to me. See right there, that auto draft they may grab Zay Flowers because it's at the top of the board automatically. Yep, I think that's what happened. Damn it. All right. And see, actually, everybody died. So now my so it's draws, and I have the next pick. I don't even know these guys. I know Tony Pollard, of course. And do I take 2? Hold on. Tony Pollard. Yeah, I was gonna take second. Then I need another receiver. Okay, Cal really failed. Do I get 2 Titans in a row? Uh, Cortland Sutton has what's that? Bo Nix as the quarterback. Let me go DJ Moore. He'll give me catches. He may not give me touchdowns, but yeah. So I kind of reached a little bit there. See, I need another. See, David Montgomery might be nice too. That Detroit backfield, they're going to get those rushing yards. I'm in another league where you can pick individual defensive players, and didn't even think about this afterwards. But Travis Hunter was a great pick in that league because you'll get the offensive numbers, and if he happens to be on defense and get an interception, you'll get those points as well. So this league is not that was individual defensive player. We have a team defense in this league, so those same points won't happen for Travis Hunter over here. But now if we get down to the last few rounds, he's still available. I'll definitely target him. Definitely try to get him. Isaiah Pacheco was my running back last year, but he was injured most of the year, so that hurt me. So do I trust him again this year? Let's see. He has a top running back left. I reached for Travis. Speaking of Travis Hunter and the Jacksonville Jaguars, I reached for Travis Etienne in my other draft. They claimed that was my worst pick because I think I ended up picking him like maybe fourth or fifth overall because I needed a running back, and at the time he was the best running back available. But Yahoo, you'll see that at the end, Yahoo grades the draft picks. Um, doesn't mean much because we've had drafts before where I got a C or D in the draft, end up still making the playoffs and getting to the championship game. So lost the championship game, but still I got a lot further than people expected. So come on, what was that? German. Take up the whole time trying to decide. See this little clock here, it shows the time in between your picks. The draft goes a lot faster if you know who you're gonna get and go ahead and draft them. But you have a whole minute to draft somebody. So he picked up Calvin Ridley. Okay. They have me targeting Jerry Judy. Okay. And J.K. Dobbins is a running back I will definitely look at. And see, this running back here is the backup to Kenneth Walker, third in Seattle. Kenneth Walker, I was going after, and then someone drafted him right before me. Like I said, we do have 3 receivers, but that also means I need at least a few more receivers to be their backup and to give me some depth. I could target tight end and get my starting lineup out of the way. What's the highest ranked tight end right now? It is TJ Hawkinson. So let's see. Maybe grab him with the first pick and then grab a receiver or running back with the next pick. You know what? Oh, you know what? I thought Jerry Judy was still in Denver. Looks like he's in Cleveland now. I don't know, with all the quarterbacks they got over there. Joe Flacco being the starter, he give me who get the ball to the players and need to get the ball to. I'll put him up there in my queue just to see where he falls. Oh, you know what? You know TJ Hawkinson is the highest one. If Mark Andrews is there, I'm going to draft. He's going to be my tight end. His connection with Lamar Jackson is like he's Lamar Jackson's favorite target. Now, he had 11 touchdowns last year. Projecting that he's going to get only 5.6 this year. It looks like the other tight end's already gone. So There's Rome Meduzier, but I already got DJ Moore, so I won't get him. Somebody already took Mark Andrews. So they know what I know. So and so I need to find a tight end before. Let's see. Before all the good ones are taken. I do like David Njoku, is his name. I've had him in the past in different leagues. I think his either his rookie or second year. I do like Jake Ferguson, being a Cowboys fan. I know his game, and Dak does get the ball to him quite a lot. So let's see what Yahoo says I should do. I may go if it falls this way. I may go running back, then receiver. Sorry, running back, then tight end. As opposed, so both of those tight ends are available. Um, Again, this is Joe Flacco throwing you the ball as opposed to Dak Prescott. I think I'm gonna go with Dak. So let me get Jake here. Then I need I don't even know who this is. Is he a rookie or something? Yeah, I think he's a rookie. He's a receiver at Tampa. He was a running back. I'm familiar with him. J.K. Dobbins. Is he going to be the starter in Denver as a running back? Yeah, let me try. Let me go J.K. All right. So now this is where we have my potential starting lineup. I can always adjust this after the draft is done. But so we got our quarterback, our receivers, running back, two running backs, tight end, our flex player up and down, J.K. Dobbins, kicker, team defense, and fill out the rest of my bench. So we're going to target strategy wise. The kicker's going to be the very last pick because you can pretty much pick anybody. They're all going to give you very similar numbers. And so team defense, I may go a couple. Let's see what defenses are available. Ooh, Philly's defense I do like. So if there is so when my pick comes back, if Philly defense is still there, Philly or Detroit's defense is still there, I will grab a defense. If not, I will fill in the rest of my bench players just for depth. And looks like Miami just scored a touchdown against Notre Dame. So all right, let's see. So far, the people in my queue are not being targeted right now, according to Yahoo, as far as the best players. Um, I think Jerry Judy is the highest one. We'll see. I also would need a backup quarterback at some point as well as we go into one that doesn't have the same bye week as Jalen Hurts is the ideal. Since we are at the beginning of football season, leave in the comments the NFL team that you rock with, that you support. Um, if you want to mention your college team as well, I'm a graduate from the University of Memphis, and I'm gonna root for the Memphis Tigers regardless of what they're doing, and who they're playing against. Growing up, I grew up in a small town right outside of Memphis that loved the Tennessee Volunteers. So I grew up in high school and elementary school, middle school, and high school as a Tennessee Vol fan. So I always root for Tennessee as well because of that. I became a fan of the Memphis Tigers, being a student there and going to school there. But Tennessee still has a place. The Tennessee Vols still have a place in my heart. So, but the NFL team is the Cowboys. I've been a Cowboy fan since high school. When I played high school football, I was a tight end. I wore number 84 because Jay Novacek, who was the tight end at the time for the Cowboys on those Super Bowl winning teams, what was it, 90, the 90. So you round 92 through 95, 94, 95. 95 was the last Super Bowl win. Of course, we have not sniffed the Super Bowl since then, but that's a whole nother story. But I joked about being in an abusive relationship with the Cowboys, especially off this latest move by trading Michael Parsons. But yeah, that's an ego thing with Jerry Jones, and he's going to get his way. I knew the shoe was going to have to fall eventually because I knew coming into this season, into the offseason, we was going to have to sign Dak Prescott and sign CeeDee Lamb and sign Michael Parsons within the last year, last 2 years, last season and also this season. Those three were the big money contracts we was going to have to sign. I just assumed Jerry would find a way. He would find the money because he has the money. Again, it's the ego thing. We'll find a way to sign Micah and so we can keep all three. But even though I'm upset about it, if anybody had to go, I understand why it was Micah. But we'll see what he does in Green Bay. I just hate that he traded him to the Packers. If you're familiar with anything that the Cowboys done, the Packers are the one team that we can't beat. Hadn't beaten in whether it's regular season, the playoffs. We thought it was an Aaron Rodgers thing, but Aaron Rodgers leave and we still can't beat him. So anyway, I'm just venting before my next draft pick. So let me add this banner. I created this banner, but I didn't. Yeah, let me add that down here just so everybody knows what's going on. Mm-hmm. And 9 more picks. This is when the lull. Who's picking? Okay, they just drafted. All right, like he was taking a while. Okay, so you're saying, oh, there's actually two quarterbacks that's looking like I should try. Of course, I won't do that. I guess this would have been the round that it would have recommended that I take a quarterback, but I wouldn't have been happy with Justin Fields or Caleb Williams. So I'm glad I jumped on jumped on one before this. Travis Etienne is still available, which I do like him as a player. Um, but as far as my defense is still available in my queue, I think the Phillies defense to be the first thing I would take. I'm not going to get a. I need a backup quarterback for when he's on the bye week, just so I can have a decent one there. And I need to target but I'm not going to target a backup defense. Um, they would be on by if I get Philly by week 9, I can just find a defense for that week on the waiver wire, which I think there'd be plenty out there that would be available. I think I didn't tell you, this is a 12-team league. Um, and then again, that's why the picks, there's a long length in between picks because 22 people are picking, 22 moves are made before I get my next pick. I'm going back and forth on the snake draft. So, but yeah, it looks like, yeah, I think I'll be okay with selecting the defense. Okay. All right. So I know I'm going Phillies defense. My draft is up, so let's draft them. All right. I'm back up. I don't need another defense back to back like that. So is this where I take my backup quarterback, maybe? Looking at the best available players, most of them are quarterbacks. I think is another one. I guess that's the other running back in Jacksonville outside of Travis Etienne, which I think someone already picked him. So mm, they do like Drake May in New England. His bye week is week 14. Uh, see, Justin Fields, I like the run ability for Justin Fields and possibly him scoring touchdowns. He has the same bye week as mine. So let me go ahead to Drake. My time's about to run out. Talking about the other people taking hold. He had the same bye week as Jalen Hurts, so that wouldn't have worked anyway. So we'll pick Drake May as my backup quarterback. That'd be my first bench player. So this is where the draft is interesting now. Is you're trying to build out your depth chart as far as who's available and who can play. So I may stick with Yahoo recommending if these people are still here when it's come time for me to pick again. I'll pick them up. So I've been recording for 45 minutes, but we were in 40 minutes into the draft, so it started uh, at 7 p.m. Central Time, the time zone I'm in. Oh, I just realized as I'm looking at this Miami Hurricanes game with Notre Dame, I forgot that the quarterback from Miami was at Georgia last year and transferred into the portal. Yeah, I forget his name again. If they showed it, I saw his face and I recognize his. They're trying to show it back in Georgia. I couldn't see it, but he took Georgia to the was the national championship game. Um, was that the game they lost to Ohio State? It was just was it a playoff game? But and then he transferred to Miami. Cause I have 13 picks before my next turn. So it was something Beck. Wasn't the quarterback of Georgia? Carson Beck. Sounds about right. But yeah, he's now with Miami now. The Miami Hurricanes. I'm sure they've been saying his name the whole game, but I haven't muted it as I said, so I didn't want the sound to interrupt what we're doing here. I don't have anybody in my queue right now. Let's look at who's out there. I might pick up a Dallas running back. Oh, you know what? I like Dalton Kincaid as a tight end. I picked him up in my other draft. He was available. Who's my starting? Okay, Jake Ferguson. Okay, that's the Dallas player that I got. But see, one thing about the tight ends, I can also use him in this flex position, WRT. So basically, receiver, running back, or tight end, I can use in that spot as well. So it could be some weeks where I can start two tight ends. Of course, I can always use one for as a backup for depth. So if Dawson Cade is there, I'll probably grab him. Nice, 7 picks. Looks like somebody got my running back that I had in my queue. But I did see this one, Jerome Ford. I like. I've had him before at Cleveland. Um, when it comes to goal line carries and rushing, he gets quite a few rushing touchdowns. CJ Stroud still on the board as a quarterback. Those that have watched my videos before, because my little plug I always say at the end while subscribing to the channel, because I'm gonna mention that right now. If you're watching this and if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. Help your boy out. And as we go back into wrestling mode, hopefully I can get the guys on to record an episode, a full episode of the podcast. I know we've been doing reaction shows after PLEs. We didn't do one for Paris because again it was the middle of the day. A lot of people wasn't available, and a lot of them are watching it now. They didn't get a chance to watch it when it came out earlier today. But hey, man, life be life, man. I understand people's schedules, so I don't harp them too much. Someone picked up Dalton Kincaid. I can go two receiver. I mean, two running backs here. Looks like my draft pick is up next. But see, I already know Lester is a Patriots fan, so he may pick up Stevenson here, the running back from New England. Oh, he didn't. He went. Okay, no, he went receiver, Hollywood Brown. So all right. So even though he's questionable, he's going to be on my bench anyway. So I'm going to pick up Stevenson and Jerome Ford, who I had on my bench. All right. So I'm curious. Let me see. How many running backs do I have? How many receivers do I have? So that's 2 running backs plus 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you know what? I'm tripping. I need more receivers. I literally only have the 3 that I have my starting, so I need some receivers. Thinking of players I've had in the past. I've had Romeo Duzier before. Rashad Bateman. Like, as soon as I put him in the queue, someone else drafts him. Yeah, I'm not paying attention. I'm going to be thin at receiver. Looks like I can pick up a couple more. And this order is just based on Yahoo's projected. Amari Cooper re-signed with the Raiders. He's going to have Geno Smith throwing the ball this year. Calvin Austin the third I actually love. That's a Memphis alum, played football for the University of Memphis. I think this is his 3rd year in Pittsburgh now. He may get some punt returns as well. Forgive me for that. I went through a little sneezing fit there for a second. Uh, so I look at some of these players further down the list, target them by the time my pick comes back around. Um, they may still be there. So make your pick. Come on now. Yeah, looks like it's gonna be a little over the hour mark because people taking their time with their draft picks. I believe that's my boy Terry. This drafting now. Okay, finally grab somebody. Say auto draft is taking about 10 seconds to pick for the pool. Boom. All right, so it's my turn. So let me again. I'm going to reach where are they ranking here. I do actually do like Rashad, but now I got plenty of running backs. I need receivers. So I'm reaching for these two, but I am going to take Amari Cooper and, and I'm going to take Calvin Austin third to kind of fill in my bench with some more receivers. So it looks like I have three more bench players and my kicker to draft, and that will be it. Come on, Aston. What are you doing? Oh, we missed that Notre Dame just scored, so it's 7-7. All right, so what do I do with my last three bench players? Do I target? I have one starting tight end, right? So I think I need a backup tight end. Yeah, because I was planned on targeting a tight end, but then someone drafted the person in front of me. So Dalton Schultz, because I'm still a fan of him when he was with the Cowboys. I think he gonna put up some decent numbers with Houston. He did last year, if I'm not mistaken. Well, it looks like if this is right, it looks like he put up, he had 53 catches last year and only 2 touchdowns though. But some of that could have been through injuries. I don't know. I don't remember. To have 12 picks with the back-to-back picks. So out of these 4 I have left, the 3 benches and my kicker, I'll knock 2 of them out back to back my draft once my pick comes back. So let's see, Dalton Schultz is my tight end. Let's see. Rashad White's too. You know what? So it's no Joe Mixon. Um, Joe Mixon's gonna miss the first 4 games because of injury, but but if he comes because he's listed as IR, but when he come back, he's gonna give us some very decent numbers. If I can sneak him in and just hide him the first 4 weeks on my bench, I think that'd be a great move. Najee Harris, I thought was still in Pittsburgh, but he's with the Los Angeles Clippers now. Huh. He'll probably be gone by the time my pick comes up, but I'll keep him in the queue just in case. But yeah, those are my next targeting picks are Dalton Schultz and Joe Mixon. So there's not hadn't been much talk in this chat box, but of course we also part of a group chat, the group me that they're kind of going off on now. Why is it taking so long for people to make picks? It's funny that folks. You have a minute to make your pick, and it's people just taking the clock all the way down to the last 10 seconds before they make a pick. Yeah, as I mentioned, yeah, Najee Harris probably was not going to last coming down to me. Um, Rico Dow is another former Cowboy who's now with the Carolina Panthers. Did someone grab Joe Mixon? Yes, they did. That gum. Melvin, Skeletor's sinful son won the league last year. So yeah, he's thinking what I'm thinking and hiding him on his bench. But yeah, he's the reigning champion. So Jadon Blue. I have no idea who this is. Doesn't have any stats from last year, so he must be a rookie. He's with the Cowboys, so it's my fault for not paying much attention during preseason. He's in some of these preseason games. Okay, I am up. Dalton Schultz is still there, so I can grab my backup tight end. Where is he? I don't need any of these are quarterbacks. A Chicago receiver, a running back from the Redskins. Oh, why not? But I got running backs. Let's see, receiver. Let me go with Waddell Robinson. All right. Okay, now one more bench player and a kicker. So my kicker, even though by the time I pick, all the kickers may be gone, I'll add a few to my queue. As I mentioned in the very beginning, when you look at the numbers, breaking the numbers down, kickers pretty much, produce almost very similar numbers. If this running back is still available, because I did, Washington has, they traded one of their running backs, but they have Austin Eckler, another guy, and then they mentioned that this guy, Chris Rodriguez Jr., probably get a lot of carries. So he will put up some numbers. So he may be my last bench guy if he's still available when that time comes. But we will hold tight for now as we come toward the end. We're now an hour and 5 minutes into the draft, an hour and 4 minutes. With should be everybody's. Yeah, if I had the last pick, then I should be the last one. Unless no, I will start another round, I believe. So everybody's on their next to last pick at this point, I believe. Yeah, because that was pick 16 of mine, that 16 out of 18. So people are picking up kickers now. I see Chris Boswell is already gone as a kicker. See, I think there's a way I can see the other. Yeah, if I go teams here, I can see. Okay, yeah. So this is it. Yes, he still need a kicker and a defense. So this is Melvin, our champion from last year. Can I go somewhere else? Yeah. So same thing. He needs a kicker, so he's on his last pick now. Okay. We got draft results. Who drafted? Which player in what round? All right, go back to here. Yeah, so of course, yeah, and then Melvin also had the number one overall pick. So he's picking back to back here, and then we'll be into the last round. Now he took the whole minute right there to pick up Cam Ward, which makes you think he. I don't know if he selected him or the auto draft picked him because he didn't make a selection because he is taking his time. 'Cause he should be picking his kicker and moving. I know he still needed defense. So he just picked up his defense. So yeah. So it will go back to him once I pick my last two players. So that makes sense. Oh, Chris is top of the board now. Right, they running back from Washington that's in my queue. And auto draft may grab him for Matt here at 592 though. Oh no, they skipped over. Okay. It took Seattle's defense. I guess he needed a defense, so to fill out his roster. Let's go. Let's go. What did we buy? We did as buy week 12. Oh, snap. Dude from Miami just did a Odell Beckham type catch for a touchdown. Catching the ball, reaching all the way back here to grab it. I happened to look at my phone and somebody in the group chat like, "Did y'all see that catch?" And then as I turned around, I saw it on TV. Michael Irvin on the sideline for the Miami Hurricanes. CJ Daniels, I guess, is the player that made the catch. All right, four more picks. All right, let's roll. Let's go. Let's go. Oh well, all the kickers that I had in my queue are gone. So let me go back and find the kicker. The Chris Rodriguez guy is still available. So we can pick up Chris and draft him now. I wish now again it's just taking somebody now. Cincinnati with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase will put up some points. I do like Jake. Shout out to Jake Elliott. He's also a Memphis alum. Played football for University of Memphis. Let's pick up Jake. All right. So those are all my draft picks. As it says, your team is full. Um, hopefully, yeah. there's no need to keep y'all on here for everybody else. Is they should be picking up kickers as well and ending. So I'm gonna shut down the music right now and get ready to sign off. Thank you, like I said, for watching this. Yahoo grades all the draft, all the teams in the draft, like A through F or whatever. It usually takes a few minutes after the draft is over with for that grade to come through. I may come back and post that later. It just kind of depends. But again, thank y'all for joining the video. Something different. It's football season. We're all gonna be watching NFL football, and fantasy football makes it more fun because you're invested not only in your team, as I mentioned, the Cowboys is mine, but you're invested in other players from other teams too, because what they do on the field, the points they get will benefit you. So again, thank y'all for joining. I'm signing out. Remember, subscribe to the podcast, like the video, share it. Let's build this community up. And we'll be back next time. This is your boy Q, the Black Four Horsemen podcast. And we're out. Peace.